Give me your contentions. There really shouldn't be a contention with this part, honestly. What up to everybody in the chat? But yeah, this should be the least like contended thing, honestly, because this is like just damn near easy to prove. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't think they're canon to the manga. They're for sure canon to like the original Toei anime though, like the '90s anime, 100%. I know the stream, the title of the stream says what's the name, Dragon Ball Downplay Debunks plus Debates, but the debates part is like just for any debate topic. I'm kind of bored, so I'm gonna just talk about anything. Um, then I got some videos I want to do too. I got some things I want to talk about. So if y'all remember that fucking YouTube short that I did go like yesterday, talking about this super spirit bomb and it being universal, I'm making a video about that because the fact that that shit is like the fact that that person isn't the only person trying to debate the idea of it being universal, there needs to be a video made about that. Um, what's next? There's like a few. There's something else I want to talk about. What else? Shut the fuck up! There's a fucking crow outside my window. Um, and this nigga still fucking squawking and shit. Shut up, nigga. All right, but there was that video, Sugaroku Space, and then what was another one? Goku versus Batman. Speaking of Goku versus Batman, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You DC niggas, y'all kill me, dude. Like the shit y'all are willing to go to bat and defend for, it's fucking insane to me. I just don't understand. Like, I seen a nigga try to argue. Not even no. I'm gonna say this nigga by name. Abyss, nigga. You trying to make it seem like I'm not tracking what you were talking about and what you were saying. If somebody ever has that debate recorded or that live recorded, like please, I will go ahead and highlight exactly what you were defending and what you were trying to tell me. Because somebody like he doesn't care about the Goku versus Batman thing, so I don't really care about that part. But he's defending the fact that like there are certain martial artists, like for example, Karate Kid, Val Armor, uh, that can like overcome any kind of strength, like strength disparity between him and his opponent via his martial arts prowess. I asked for proof for this. He then shows me like some DC guide, right? I'm like, okay, what does the DC guide say? The DC guide said that like he was able to beat Superboy via his physical prowess, which doesn't discount his strength. And even if you're trying to say it does, martial arts prowess is largely tied to how powerful and how fast you are. Even with Val Armor himself, when he fights Superboy for I think the first time in like Detective Comics 346, he quite literally is built up on his power and his reflexes, his ability to punch like Superboy in the chest and not be hurt by that equal and opposite reaction that he's exerting. Like that automatically proves for a fact that like his strength is tied to it. Now, when it comes down to it, Superboy beat him in that fight because of how strong he was in comparison. So to say that he can overcome any strength disparity via his martial artists or his martial arts prowess is fucking wrong. because he lost to Superboy, and then he lost to a fake one again. But he had to fake him out to off guard him. Like, bro. Anyway, I'm done with these DC niggas. Y'all tweaking. All right, back to this shit. Keep with the content. I will. The martial arts of Dune is crazy. I haven't even seen anything. I haven't seen or read anything from Dune. Do you think Super is out or not? Superman, Dragon Ball Super, like what are we talking about? If we're talking about Dragon Ball Super, sure. I have no issue with it. I have no problem with it. What about Hellbat versus MUI Goku? The Hellbat didn't even really do it. I know everybody loves to give like the dark side feat to the Hellbat. Here's the thing: we didn't read that comic. The Hellbat didn't do anything to Darkseid for real. Darkseid was beating the fuck out of the Hellbat. Like, yeah, Bruce was given a chance to to hit Darkseid, I guess, but that didn't do anything to him. Like, bro just violates that nigga. Does a Super Saiyan 4 diamond design like the hair on the forearm stopping from the wrist tick? Yeah. It doesn't tick me off. I'm more so like it's wasted. Like it didn't make any sense. It would make a lot more sense to just like design it the way it was always like intended to be. Like the GT design is massively better. Like I by a long shot massively better. It's way more in line with saying roots, saying DNA. It's just the big forearm shit doesn't really matter to me because if we're talking about the oh yeah, wait, yeah, if you're talking about that fucking weird ass like widow's peak design on his fucking forearm, that shit is stupid. I don't know where the fuck that came from, but that shit's dumb. Um the fact that some people actually will actually say Gotenks is above Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Yeah, we live in a world where people don't read what they talk about. It's very sad and shocking. I gotta do some insane cleanup on my YouTube videos, but I ain't gonna lie. There's some videos on here that I just don't think deserve to be on my channel anymore. Like, no funny shit. Uh, Anybody want to react to some videos now or some shit? Because I'm bored. So somebody on Discord sent me this video. It's a Naruto video. It's like a Naruto. It's a Naruto scaling thing. Uh, so I guess I'll give it a watch. That's pretty tough, actually. Cool. Whoa, the Discord update is the Discord update kind of tough. What the fuck? This shit valid as hell. All right, what was I here looking for? Trying to figure out what I was looking for. Lost my train of thought for a second. Oh yeah, somebody sent me a video in Discord, and here it is. They sent me this yesterday. Let's give it a whirl. So turn this shit. Okay. Not gonna lie, I don't got much faith in this. Hopefully, this nigga got some sense, and hopefully, I'm gonna stream my screen in a second, y'all. Hold on, let me plug my headphones in real fast. Cool. All right, y'all ready? Let us commence.
Naruto. Now, there's been a lot of downplay lately on Naruto characters, saying that those planetary to moon level ranges are the only capable and consistent way to scale their powers. But
They wouldn't
today,
be
I'm going
wrong.
to be discrediting that notion. and
Okay.
explain why Naruto characters are much stronger than you might think.
Hopefully.
Now, when looking into higher interpretations of Naruto's strength, you have to first look at people such as Kaguya and Momoshiki, with
Why?
Kaguya having dimensions that can be calculated all the way to multi-solar system or just regular solar system level via Roche limits existing between celestial bodies, which her dimensions do have.
Stop. Okay. So first of all, there are so many things wrong with that off the first get. Firstly, um, via the original kanji, what I am going off of, there is never a mention of Kaguya's spaces or areas being dimensions, being time spaces, being space time continuums. What they are simply areas, locations, worlds that are within the same space time continuum. This is backed up multiple times by Obito literally looking at Kaguya using her Amino Manaka ability and saying that she is exiting out of space time, right? Meaning they have not left the space time continuum, they are still within it. So, when it comes down to it, these are not separate space time continuums. They're just not. Now, they can still be dimensions, right? And I'm going to dispel that too, because first and foremost, they're never called that in any media. They're never called that in the actual data book, right? The only thing that actually calls it a dimension or a space time or time spaces is fucking Viz. And I've already proven multiple times that Viz fucks up the translations insanely at times. And more importantly, it's kind of fucking crazy because all I'm seeing here is just like we're presupposing that these are dimensional structures. Second of all, right? Um, just because we're privy or we're witnessing like celestial bodies in said scope of reality, that does not mean that these are dimensional frameworks. This could simply just mean this is a world in said dimensional framework. Prime example, the earth is a construct in a dimensional framework, and we can peep other celestial bodies in our scope of reality, right? That's the same principle that could be applied to this Kaguya shit. That's not counterintuitive. That can be the same. Like I'm not even about to get into that. Like, and she didn't create it. She didn't significantly affect it. So there's nothing like that that really scales her to it, even if it was a dimension. Like anyway. So far we're already like off to a bad start with nothing really getting him anywhere.
And she can destroy these dimensions, obliterating them into nothingness, which
She literally needed the energy of the infinite Tsukuyomi to be able to do this. More importantly, that's not what turning to not means, right? Um, if you actually read the data book excerpt, it more so talks about voiding all the people inside the space, right? And resetting it back to what it was beforehand. So again, she's not gonna eradicate the entirety of these spaces. Excuse me, I got a cough. Sorry. But she's not eradicating these spaces. Like she's literally just like killing everybody and then just like turning it back to what it was. That's all it is. So yeah, so far we have nothing there scaling Naruto anywhere definitively. Like all we have is just presuppositions. Like I don't know, bro.
is beyond atomization and vaporization. This gets even more consistent with Momoshiki, who is considered a greater threat than Kaguya herself, being able to destroy solar systems, and
Where the fuck did that come from? Hold on. What is that?
considered a greater threat than Kaguya herself, being able to destroy solar systems.
What? Wait, what is that? Okay, so there's so many things I can say here too. So he was gonna fully absorb a star. I know what this nigga. This is Reddit. Y'all fucking knew it. You can't fucking play me, nigga. I'm not dumb. This is Reddit, nigga. This is the okay. So if you can't tell this is Reddit, very simple. As you can see, this is like what happens when you link a piece of media or like a website or an article to a piece of text in Reddit. So if you wanted to like link your evidence to what you say in a Reddit forum, you would be able to pretty much just like copy and paste said link and embed it into said text. That's what's shown here, and that's Reddit. Doesn't prove anything. You have no evidence for this. Like, I'm trying to understand. Like, I'm trying to get it. Like you're not validating any of your sources.
And Naruto scales to both blatantly and base. This doesn't
Also, I do agree that he was gonna eat up a star's chakra, but that's like Duraneg, and more importantly, like that doesn't really what? Like I don't really know how to feel about that one. Because all the energy and like because all the energy in a celestial body isn't just chakra, like it's also nature energy as well. So like if he's absorbing the nature energy, that's fine. Then I'll accept that he's also like he's star level off that. But if you're just saying that he ate up the star's chakra that and caused it to die, that does not mean he had like he's absorbing the energy of a star. Like that's not what that is, like whatsoever. If y'all have not read what's the name? If y'all haven't read Jura, I would bro, if y'all don't know about like the god tree and like any of these aspects of Naruto, like chakra has always been in everything, right? It's always been converted from nature energy. Nature energy is present in everything, and off of that nature energy comes chakra. Jura makes this openly clear. So when it comes down to it, like did I ever finish Diamond? Of course I did. Of course I did. Of course I did. I'm just not really making videos on it because there isn't anything to talk about anymore. Like, hold on, chat. My bad. But yeah, so far we got nothing. Like,
have to be where it caps at, though, since our dimensions do have galaxies via having nebula. There's
what?
multiple nebulae, meaning multiple
What
galaxies.
the
So you
fuck? No, this nigga did not just pull out a fucking Naruto Storm 4 scan as backing for his proof, yo. Okay, first and foremost, it is never stated anywhere, ever, by anybody that Storm is canon to the Naruto manga. That is never stated, ever. First and foremost, I need to get that out the way. Second of all, right, what we need to understand is that the scans talking about like Kishimoto approving the game does not make it canon. Approval of said object for release does not make it a canon thing in concept or in story. Like that. Okay. Anyway, also prove that's not just like artist choice. Prove those are galaxies. And hold on, I have so many, bro. I have so many questions. Like, what am I looking at, dog? Okay, we got to start this off the. You got to finish this off the right way, bro. So first of all, why isn't this just artist choice? That like I just have a genuine question. Why isn't this just like a way for the artist to showcase the worlds? Why is this like a definitive scaling piece? I'm trying to understand this because to me it just looks like a background for a good map. That's all I'm getting for it. Like, hold on. I'm just trying to understand something real quick. Yeah. Okay. So, bro, I hate when people just lie. Okay, I had to think about it for a second. We got rid of Parwin Jiraiya, Parwin Itachi. Uh, it depends. If you believe in Itachi's statement of like him and Jiraiya going to a deadlock, sure. But me personally, I'm of the firm belief Itachi over Orochimaru equal to Jiraiya. Overall rating on Daima, I'll give it a 8.2. Not too crazy. All right, back to the point. So Jay just made the claim saying that a nebula being present inherently means a galaxy is present. which is not true. Like there are multiple different nebulas that don't need to be there. Like I'm just being honest. Like there are like don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. There are nebulae that are present within galaxies and do come from like galaxies intersecting and interacting. That's fine. But I'm saying a nebulae is not inherent to a galaxy being present. A nebulae can be there and like a galaxy does not have to be. Like that's all I'm saying. So when it comes down to it, you're making a claim and this would require proof and we have gotten none so far. So yeah, let's keep it going, chat.
You can just get this up to galaxy to multi-galaxy.
No, you can't.
But it's time to get into more higher interpretations of Naruto's strength.
Why?
Now, we have to go back to Kaguya. Kaguya's dimensions are said to be space-time continuums.
Go back.
Strength. Now, we have to go back to Kaguya. Kaguya's
Let's stop. So, okay. We're going to do some very simple research here because I've already made the videos proving this wrong. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go to my TikTok real fast, right? If y'all want to go follow, do y'all thing. I don't really care. I don't really care about TikTok like that, but I'm going to just show y'all what I'm talking about. Y'all going to see exactly what I mean. I hate when people lie, bro. Okay, so this is what you're going to see. Let me scroll down. What video is it featured in again? Should be this one. Here we go. All right, cool. There should be a few more videos where I go over this shit, but here are just some where I do the translation myself.
Obito also says that they're different dimensions and
Just
they're
watch.
akin to his own comedy, so I don't know what you're talking about.
No, they don't. They do not say that at all. Once again, you are still
So let's start here, right? Case in point, this place, not dimensions.
pulling from the
Next,
mistranslated viz, which is probably
hold up. It's an ability very similar to my dojutsu. That guy, well, it says guy because Yatsu it's synonymous with it could be either guy or girl. So yeah. But yeah, that guy came out from space time.
exhibit
Like
A of you not
not saying that it's a space time continuum, but saying that she exited out of space time
paying attention to argumentation.
or emerged from it.
A long time ago that the viz mistranslates the
Hold up, stop. She connected the space, and as it opened simultaneously,
manga and the
let's go.
Structure within the
Has
manga.
nothing to do with dimension.
As I'm talking, I'll show every single example of time, space, and dimension.
Hold up. Unbelievably, it's an incredibly distant space. Says nothing about space, time, space. That's never stated. That's never said.
Not being inside the kanji, yet being inside.
It's the beginning of a new what? Space, not space, time, not time, space, space.
The English Viz Media translation. While I'm talking, I'll have every example of like time, space, and
Mother, this guy is coming in. It's bad that he's here directly connected to what? These 5 spaces.
dimensions never being mentioned, right? But instead being placeholders for something else. Like as you can see,
There should be more, but this is just to cover
Here,
like the
she's-
existence of the time space moniker and why it's wrong. Time space is a mistranslation. It is not interchangeable with space time. The only time space time is ever mentioned is in reference to Kaguya opening portals to space time to transport herself in the surrounding area. Bam. Like
exiting space.
I've debunked this shit so many fucking times, bro.
I never wanted the term.
I've debunked this shit so many times. Now there's another video where I do the same thing. Let me see if I can find that really quickly. There's another video where I debunk it. Hold on. There might be a few. I've gone over this topic a few times, bro. Okay, here it is. Here it is. All right, take a look at this sexy chocolate man on the screen. Not this nigga. I'm not gay. Not this nigga. I'm a narcissist. I ain't gay. This nigga. Yeah. Him. This nigga. So like it says nothing about like literally, logically speaking, investigating Kaguya's time and space location and dive into it or time and space position. Meaning, he's looking for Kaguya's area in the space time continuum, meaning they're not in a different fucking dimension. Like, oh my fucking God. These niggas, stop lying. God damn. They never call that shit a time space. They never say that shit. That's not what the fuck this said. Hold on. This is not what's being said. This is not what's being said. This is right here, chat. This is right here, folks. This is it. This is it right here. This is what's being said. This is what's being said. This is what's being said, chat. I'm sorry I got to be annoying about this shit, but this is what's being said. God damn. Tired of talking about this shit, bro. Fuck. Hell yeah, I'm mad as fuck. Hell yeah. I've been talking about this shit for years. Been saying the same shit for years, nigga. All right. On to a lighter note, though. Anybody making these kind of arguments, they don't really think these shits through. They just go with whatever the Viz says, and then they try to like make arguments off of that. People like Dr. Ignat, who I've already slammed multiple times, but like people like that, they just don't listen. They don't understand anything. They just be saying dumb shit, and it don't really work. On to the video.
Dimensions are said to be space-time continuums multiple times.
Oh.
This would make them 4.
That Kaguya scan right there, I debunked that too.
Kaguya's dimensions are said to be space-time continuums multiple times. This would make them 4D or universal plus. She was going to destroy all of them, placing her at low multiversal. Them 4D or universal plus. She was going to destroy all of them, placing her at low multiversal.
Wait, what was the
or
evidence for her
universal
destroying all of
plus.
them?
She was going to destroy.
It had the power to obliterate the world and return it to nothing, yet nothing was being affected. That's also not what's said in the scan. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, nah. Like I could get the actual translation like right now. Let me see. Let's see if I can do that, chat. Let's see if I can finesse my magic. So while I get this, how y'all been? Y'all been good over there, chat? Trying to find a good scan, one that's not fucked up with like mistranslations and shit. Found it. It don't really look that good though. Let's look better. Most definitely. All right, let's open it up. See what we got. All right, let's do a little screenshot really quick. All right, go to Google. Let's hit that. The results will be in a minute, folks. Let me go ahead and grab all the text I can, so that way we can get this translated show on the road. Yes, I'm trusting ChatGPT more than anything else. I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. At this point. Hold up. To return or bring back to a state of non-existence. Wow. No, she actually did that shit. Okay. Cool. So she was gonna destroy them. All right, fire. So that's fine. I'll take the L on that one, chat. This is the first time I've been wrong in a minute. All right, cool. So with that said, by the way, just so we can put this on the screen so everyone can see it, right there, it should say holding the power to return the world to nothingness. A new space begins. Also, further confirming that this is not a fucking space-time continuum. You will all become in sacrifices. Having absorbed all chakra properties, its mass swells, ever expanding a massive chaotic lump capable of reshaping the world itself. So we will take that L, chat. Now, where does that end up scaling? Well, because they have not given a definitive like proof that this is like dimensional or anything of that scale, or this is a space-time continuum, and they haven't given any evidence of it being galactic or anything either. The question then becomes, where does it scale? Like, so far, all we've gotten is that Kagi can blow up a few worlds with everyone's chakra from the infinite Tsukuyomi. That's it. So, like, what are we getting? Like multi-planetary, large planetary? Like, because I don't see any star level, solar system, anything. Like, I'm confused. That's all I've gotten so far. Am I wrong to say that? Because like they're called worlds. They're literally called worlds. They're not called dimensions. They're called spaces. They're not called space times. So like I just don't think it's fair to assert that they're anything than like 3D constructs with time flowing through them. Like that's all I got. So I don't know. But we're back to Jay. So yeah, she can destroy them with the infinite Tsukuyomi's power. That's cool. What else you got?
All of them placing her at low multiversal.
That's not low multi.
Naruto having uni levels of power isn't inconsistent since
Yes, it is.
he's able to crack space-time, and Momoshiki
That's not what's going on in the scan. What the fuck? Wait.
levels of power isn't inconsistent since he's able to crack space-time.
That's not what's going on here. That's not what's going on here. That's the space-time curvature. That's not Naruto. Yo, that's not Naruto. What the fuck? That is not Naruto cracking space-time. Yo, I'm trying so hard to come from a place of understanding, but what the fuck am I listening to? Did he just say okay? All right. I'm gonna try and process this, bro. Cause what the fuck? Hold on. Like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, like what the fuck, dude? I'm trying to understand, like, because where are we getting this argument that like? I'm trying to understand it. Like, does anybody know what the fuck he's talking about? Cause I sure as hell don't. So, if anybody remembers this episode, it's fucking Momoshiki and Kinshiki talking about the cracks in space, right? In a specific region where Kaguya was located in, right? Back then, Toneri tried to fix said cracks, but he failed. The reason why these cracks exist is not just due to Naruto and his power. It is due to literally everybody and everything that had chakra on the planet Earth, like including Kaguya's betrayal. Like, are y'all slow? It wasn't just Naruto. It was Naruto, everybody on the planet, and also Kaguya's betrayal and the actions that came from that. Did we watch the episode? I hate people. Did we watch the episode, y'all? This was not Naruto.
Time, and Momoshiki, who he scales to, can create a parallel universe.
Okay, go back.
Crack space time, and Momoshiki, who he scales to, can create a parallel universe.
Wait a damn minute. I think I've seen this game. Hold on. We'll talk about the novel in a second. I'm gonna shit on that like really quickly. I'm gonna shit on that real quickly. I promise y'all that. Found it. Can it get any bigger so I can fucking screenshot it correctly? Because I need to translate this shit myself, honestly. Because even Happy debunked this shit. So we'll get to the novel shit in a second because there's a whole like little article where somebody did the debunk themselves. Like they did the whole comparing the raws and shit. So we'll talk about the novels in a second, and then I'll talk about the canonicity of that shit. I'm slamming that really quickly. But I'm looking for the episode, the little episode advertisement shit. I doubt it. Okay, so on to the point. This is just like a random fucking episode advertisement. I don't really know why that holds any kind of weight in canon. I'm genuinely confused. And then as for the novels, I'll just go ahead and show y'all what I'm talking about when it comes down to those being debunked. So as you can see, these translations are fake. If you want to, I'm gonna put the link in chat too. If y'all want to go watch like read the shit yourselves. But that scan's a fake. These are fake translations. These things say nothing about universe, say nothing about parallel universes. They talk about parallel worlds, but that's about it. Like they say nothing about universes, nothing about space times, nothing about anything related to that. So I don't really know where we're getting from that, but I guess we're not getting much.
Universe. So Naruto being in those 4D ranges of power isn't
Not.
inconsistent, nor is a outlier. There's way more universal feats I can get into,
Like what?
but those are all I'm just going to show for this video. But now I'm going to be getting to some counterpoints people love to use to debunk Uni Naruto,
Hopefully.
and just debunk them myself since they aren't really that good, and these are
Wait. Okay, let me hear your debunks first.
Some might make the argument that the translation of the scan of Herd creating a new space-time is just in reference to space, since it says a new space.
Oh, wow.
But the problem with this interpretation is that our fourth dimensional continuum is known as space. We call it that every single day. But does that mean that our fourth dimensional continuum no longer is 4D, but 3D? No. So that doesn't even work.
What? What? Okay. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, so let's start here. This is such like fucking Dr. Ignat ass argumentation. So let's talk about it, right? Firstly, the term space has multiple different definitions, right? Let's start here. I want everyone to pay attention. We can go to G Show real fast. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. Space. So we got space, room, gap, emptiness, vacancy, opening, empty seat, firm, or shit like that. Space, interval, space, room, airspace, secondary definition. Space is the boundless three-dimensional extent. Right there. So you would then need to prove that it's referring to this definition and not this one or these three, which I don't think you can prove. Bam, bam. Like, what are we talking about? And if you want to talk about the cosmos or space in question, here you are. Like, but that's not present in the scan. Space, gap, interval, distance. Like, it could keep going. Outer space. If it's talking about outer space and what we're calling space, it would say that. Place, location, spot, position, area, room, space. What are we talking about, bro? Again, gap, opening, aperture, crevice, cracks, space. Like, come on. Y'all doing too much, man. There are so many other definitions and other kanji for space. It does not have to be that, like that specific one. You would then need to prove that. Like, what?
So space and time are linked. So if it's a space, it's also a space time.
No, it's an. What the fuck are you talking? That's like me saying the Earth is a space-time continuum because it's a 3D constructive thing that has time flowing through it. What type of shit is that? Like, bro, what type of shit is that? That doesn't make any sense. That's like, bro, come the fuck on. Okay, a 3D object with time flowing through it does not make it 4D now. Like, what? So wait. So if I throw a basketball at the wall, right? Does that make that throw 4D? What the fuck are we talking about? Because, bro, I'm not even about to get into that with you, dude. I'm not even gonna get in. So if I look at the fucking clock and I look at the clock go from 12 o'clock to 3 p.m. Nigga, am I 4D now? The fuck are we talking about? No. Bro, what the fuck are we talking? Time flowing through an object is not the same thing as another dimension being the basis of said framework. Like, you would then need to prove it's a framework and not just an area or a location or a world.
So this doesn't really debunk anything, and it's still fourth dimensional. Some will also try to make the argument that it isn't 4D because it isn't universal in size, but this argument fails to understand how dimensionality truly works. Anything of the fourth dimension is infinitely greater than the third, no matter what size it is. So it's still going to be above high universal levels of power. So yeah, Kaguya's dimensions are still going to be 4D by proxy. Someone might also make the argument that she was just going to destroy the planet and she wasn't going to destroy the space-time in question, but it says she was going to destroy everything, so that would include the space-time, and she would still be fourth dimensional. Some dumb people would also make the argument that include the space-time.
Why does that mean it's referring to the space time? What the fuck? All right, so let me put this into perspective. Um, if I say my little brother is about to ruin my entire house, or let's say my brother's causing a fucking ruckus, right? He's going around my entire house, ruining shit, breaking shit, knocking shit down, right? Is it then wrong for me to say that my brother is ruining everything? No, because everything has different contexts. They're on a world. They're on a different world. They're not in a different framework. They're not in a different continuum. They're on a different world. Everything will be destroyed. That's all it is. I don't understand what the problem is with that.
And she would still be fourth dimensional. Some dumb people would also make the argument that she wouldn't scale to the expansive truth-seeking orb because it's the Shinobi Alliance's chakra.
Oh wow. Guarantee you he's about to make some stupid ass argument about how, she didn't blow up from it like how Madara blew up from getting that constant influx of power. Guarantee that's what he's about to say.
But the problem with this is the fact that the Shinobi Alliance don't have that much chakra, so it's just going to be her chakra within it mostly, so she would scale to it.
Wait, what? That was worse than. Hold on. Wait.
Also know that if you don't scale to something, you explode.
Case
She
in
didn't
point.
explode, so she would scale to the expansive.
That's wrong. Okay, so first, I knew it. I knew it was too good to be fucking true. So let's address both arguments. First of all, right, the Shinobi Alliance not having much chakra, that's bullshit. There are so many characters in that war that have high levels of chakra, but more importantly, it's about the quality and the quantity. Kaguya has a damn near every ninja in the Shinobi world wrapped up in the infinite Tsukuyomi. Wait, no, fuck that. She has the entire planet locked up in infinite Tsukuyomi. Why? Because the jutsu is being casted on the moon, which casts over the entire fucking earth, which means everybody who has chakra is getting put under that infinite Tsukuyomi. So that means billions of fucking people with chakra are being given out to, it's being given to Kaguya fluctuating in her body. Now, let's stop there. Right? I want everybody to understand this. Let's stop there. Because you're trying to tell me that if Kaguya doesn't scale to it, she'll blow up. That's if the energy isn't being released, right? Because we all know for a fact that if energy is being consistently built up in a medium with no release, it's gonna fucking blow up, obviously, right? Kaguya can't hold that energy in her body or she will blow up. Too bad she doesn't fucking hold that energy in her body for long now, does she? Why? Because immediately after absorbing the energy of the infinite Tsukuyomi, what does she do? She amasses a giant amount of chakra and proceeds to create an ETSO, which means she releases a huge amount of that energy, which means she won't fucking blow up. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, you can't call a nigga dumb and then not put your own logic through the fucking chopping block to make sure it fits. The fuck? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to call it what it is. Like, I've seen these arguments listed so many times, so now I got to be aggressive. But bro, it's not that hard to understand. If chakra is like, obviously with anything, if too much power is built up in a medium with no release, obviously it's gonna blow up and overload. Duh. But when that medium gets released, then that becomes a different scenario. And Kaguya releases that energy before it does anything to her. Madara could not do anything because A, he was off guard, and B, he was actively being transformed into Kaguya. So he couldn't do anything to release that energy. He was fucked. Like, what the fuck? That is crazy. Bro just said billions of people across the entire fucking world don't offer up a considerable amp. Meanwhile, she couldn't even hold on. Meanwhile, it literally gives her a considerable amount of power, as stated by nigga. I'm not about to waste my fucking time. If you need anybody else telling you that she got insanely powerful from that absorption, it's stated by Zetsu that she got exponentially more powerful after she absorbed the infinite Tsukuyomi's energy. So yes, she got energy she does not scale to from that shit. Like, what the bro? Get up out of here, dog. You tripping, bro. You tripping.
Truth-seeking orb. We also know that truth-seeking orbs are dependent on how much chakra is poured into it. We know when she gets sealed, it disappears, so that would mean that she was pouring her chakra into it, and we know that the Shinobi Alliance's chakra isn't that much, so it would mostly just be her chakra, so she would scale to this again.
That's not true. Oh my God, what are you talking about? Okay, firstly, she's not just constantly. Okay, someone's a little stupid. So what's going on is, right, she is taking the energy from the infinite Tsukuyomi into her body, and she's using that to constantly fuel the energy for the eternal true secret orb, right? Because as she's expelling energy, she wants to keep adding more to it, right? She cannot consistently hold in all that energy in her body, so she's taking it in bit by bit. I love how you're trying to call niggas dumb, but as you're doing this, you're actively proving why your argument cannot work in logic. Like, if you're saying that Kaguya scales to this energy, she should not be gradually taking in the infinite Tsukuyomi energy bit by bit. She should be doing it all at once, right? But she doesn't. She does it bit by bit, and she adds to the ETSO bit by bit. What the fuck are we talking about, bro? Like, honestly, this shit is crazy, bro. That shit is there anything? Is there anything else to it? You haven't
Now
even
for
talked about
speed, you can
speed.
upscale Naruto from Kawaki, who can move in a timeless dimension where time is frozen. So yeah, for speed and strength, he's one-shotting and speed blitzing every.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with like Kawaki's own speed. That is based on his ability. Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay. Yeah, this video is ass, bro. Jay, you better not be in my circle. Like, Jay, you better not be in prominence, nigga. Jay, if you were in prominence, let me see something real fast. Let me see something real fast. Hold up. Hell no, Jay. Yeah, it's you. Hell no. This video ain't it. This video is not it, nigga. That shit was terrible. What the fuck? Hell no. That shit is trash. I'm not even trying to be a dick. Nah, cuz. I don't know how many. What the fuck? Jay, we could just debate this shit. Hold on, let me tag you. Cause I don't know what the fuck bro talking about. That shit is crazy. I don't that nigga tripping. All right. If anybody else has any other videos they want to send me, let me know. I'll let it run for like a few more minutes. If I don't get anything else, I'll get off stream. Not that I know of, no. Oh shit. Ryu. The nigga that Zeta beat up. Yeah. What do you think about King Piccolo being omnipotent? Omnipotent doesn't really mean anything. Like that shit. Like honestly, it just means you have the ability to do anything. Unlimited power. That doesn't really mean anything. At most, that'd probably get you like fucking infinite 3D. Have you seen Super Saiyan Ryu's video about Gogeta versus Kaba? I started watching it and I stopped like immediately. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, let me see what I don't want to get Ryu sloppy seconds, bro. Or fucking Zeta sloppy seconds, bro. I don't want that shit. Let me see, cause that nigga Ryu already whooped that. Ryu already got his ass beat, so I don't know, bro. Let me see. Is it this shit right here? Let me stream it real fast. Itachi. It can't be this one. Is it this one? This one right here.
Please, Kaba.
Is that one? You would have to prove it's in context to the VSBW tiering system, and I don't think you'd be able to do that. All right. Well, here the fuck we are. All right, let's get into it.
But I need this. You're kind of too strong.
Hey, I might low key when it comes to like debunking videos, I might take the stream clips and then like post them on my channel, if that makes sense. Like edit it and shit though. Like I'll edit it, you know, if that makes any kind of sense. Like I'll clip the debunk and then post it up on the channel and then like edit it and put all my evidence and shit in there, just to like give like an actual like, you know, some shit to hold y'all over while I'm making bigger content. All right.
My fans are struggling to back me up. I need to prove them right.
Base Kaba versus Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the undisputed king of GT, who for years was considered the strongest Dragon Ball character, versus somebody who's oftentimes criminally underrated, but benefits from the absurd scaling of Dragon Ball Super, and in actuality, breaks into the levels of the gods. It's a meme that's been circulating for some time, but also an interesting conversation that I'm going to analyze and lay out for a realistic answer.
Pause the video. Does Ichigo beat Naruto, or does Naruto beat Ichigo, or don't care? Naruto does not beat Ichigo at all. Wukong versus Goku. Wukong slams. I ain't gonna lie. To what I know, Wukong slams. I don't know if that's the case or not. I'm just saying to what I remember. All right, back to the vid.
On who would likely win if they brawled to the finish.
That shit loud as fuck.
When it comes to GT versus Super, I feel it all comes down how you interpret the Buhan feat, where he almost collapses the universe, and the Omega Shenron feat, where he's going to destroy the macrocosm with his negative energy. First off, let's talk about Kaba and his scaling, however. To begin, we actually need to understand how powerful base Goku is during the Universe 6 arc. We know that at the beginning of Battle of Gods, it's established that a suppressed Beerus is not only vastly superior to Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but Goku feels that even if he and Vegeta were to fuse into Vegito, they still wouldn't stand a chance. Then, upon obtaining Super Saiyan God for the first time, Goku feels that he may be able to defeat Beerus, and states he didn't even know that power like that existed, heavily implying that even his weakest initial Super Saiyan God state surpasses a hypothetical Battle of Gods era Super Saiyan 3 Vegito in peak power, which Goku would have at least been able to consider in his statements. After this, Goku continues to grow far stronger in his Super Saiyan God state, and is stated to have the power to wipe out the universe multiple times with the mere aftershocks of his punches. Not only would he wipe out the universe, however, it was shown and stated multiple times that the effects of the clash between Goku and Beerus would wipe out Otherworld and the Kaioshin realm as well, which are both infinite-sized universal space-times in their own rights, making the feat at least low multiversal in scope as a minimum.
That's such an insane lowball, but
for destroying multiple universe space-time continuums. As he gains more control and power over his godly ki, Goku eventually reverts back into a Super Saiyan, and is even stronger than before, having absorbed his Super Saiyan God powers into his base form as confirmed by Beerus. Goku himself even states he doesn't feel any weaker after reverting, as well as multiple guides further confirming that he absorbed his God powers into his base form. With a final feat of destroying an energy ball in base form that was created with the combined power of a suppressed Beerus and the previously mentioned Super Saiyan Goku, clashing attacks only seconds earlier, Goku solidifies that his power in base form completely surpassed his old power that he had as a Super Saiyan God. Fast forward and Goku trains under Whis, vastly increasing his power further leading up to the battle with Frieza, and again, for 3 years with Vegeta in the Room of Spirit and Time, greatly increasing his power even further again leading up to the Universe 6 tournament, where he and Vegeta meet Kaba for the first time. We know that Kaba is stated multiple times to be comparable to base Vegeta while in base form himself, and he fights on equal footing with him. This same base Vegeta then also scales to base Goku, who can train with him and spar with him on equal footing, and who is consistently portrayed as comparable to Goku at this time. Thus,
Okay.
this places Kaba at a vastly higher power than what's needed to destroy the entire Universe 7 macro problem.
Nope. So let's stop here for multiple reasons. If y'all have not already seen my video covering Saiyan Beyond God and how it works, we've already made it clear multiple times that Naruto doesn't scale to Uni, Ichigo does. Back to the point. Okay, so yeah, back to Kaba. Yeah, so first of all, Kaba does not fight any Saiyan with God, like with God Ki infused into their base. Like that's just not at all implied. The Vegeta, like the fight that Kaba is going up against, like with Vegeta, the fight that Kaba is supposed to be having is about comparing like their Saiyan heritage. Saiyan Beyond God has nothing to do with that. It's going Saiyan for Saiyan, lineage for lineage, and their God Ki has nothing to do with that. Hence why Vegeta even like makes notion of it upon transforming into blue, meaning this is his first time even tapping into it in the fight with Kaba. Like it just duh. So it just makes no sense for him to even be using God Ki in that fight with Kaba up until blue, because they're comparing their Saiyan to Saiyan, like growth rates. They're not talking about any kind of divine intervention. So yeah, nah, it just makes no sense. Secondly, even if you wanted to say that Vegeta is above Kaba in power, like pretty handily. This is openly confirmed by Vegeta having Goku tell him, you did not need to transform into Super Saiyan to win that fight. Like, you wasted energy doing that. This is in the manga. And the anime, there's a statement also like loosely resembling that. Also, in the anime fight, when Kaba gets hit with just one of Vegeta's attacks, he's on the floor huffing and puffing, literally out of exhaustion from getting hit the fuck up. Like, bro, I'm not even about to keep going. Kaba does not scale to fucking Vegeta, dude.
Awesome. And easily well into the low multiversal tier of power, even in his base form. Now that we have an idea
Literally
of how
stated.
powerful
What are we
base
talking
Kaba
about?
is, let's move on to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. First off, the most notable feats in DBZ and GT are unironically Buhan and Z being able to warp space to the point that he destroys the universe, and Omega Shenron being able to destroy the universe with his negative energy. Buhan and Z being able to warp space to the point that he destroys the universe.
Okay. Not Kid Buu being stated to be on a level higher than that. Whereas with him, he has to fucking get enraged and do it over time. Kid Buu can quite literally just make the universe go poof bow by itself. Bam. Gone. Like, my bad, get this off the screen. Like it's just obvious that Kid Buu's above in that power. Rildo is stronger than Kid Buu. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Like, there's so many metrics you can use here. I would just say talk about Omega Shenron because that just invalidates the Goku shit even quicker from Super.
And Omega Shenron being able to destroy the universe with his negative energy.
By just existing.
First, for
Standing
Buhan,
still.
it's said the universe's space was being warped, which would cause the walls between dimensions to break down, and the universe would then be crushed by alternate dimensions, destroying the universe. Clearly, everybody agrees Buhan warped at least the living universe, and it would be destroyed via pure power, as confirmed in the Daisenshu, when it talks about how his feat is performed with raw power with the outside space skill. However, the argument that he also was warping to these other dimensions, as some people have claimed, raises some concerns. If you consider Buhan's feat to be universal plus destruction in scope for destroying the standard living universe in Dragon Ball, then no amount of finite multipliers get him to low multiversal, since affecting multiple universes simultaneously requires an unknown amount of power greater than affecting just one. This is
okay. Jesus fuck. What are we talking about? So the alternate dimensions in question literally are just the barriers between other world and the living world. So like he's collapsing said barriers and he's gonna make them collapse into each other. Secondly, the living world is made up of multiple 4D constructs. What are we talking about? Like, dog, what? Bro. In the universe itself, if it's gonna destroy the universe and wipe it out, obviously that would account for other world in question too. So like, what the fuck, bro? What are you talking about?
is due to there being, it could be 2 times the multipliers macro couple universal reversal.
Can we get to, bro? Can we just get to fucking Omega Shenron, dude? Because this shit's dumb.
Context multiversal is energy from that feat alone.
Okay.
Kaioshinron, the argument is that he would destroy everything with his negative energy, even all the way up to the Kaioshin realm, which would make him at least low multiversal in power from that feat alone. I feel that while his negative energy would eventually rot away the macrocosm, it was clearly shown to do so by infecting Earth, then eventually being blown outward to decay more planets like a huge plague until eventually it reaches all of Universe 7. The energy didn't even pass Earth in their battle, which just highlights the time it takes to spread and grow.
That energy was nullified. Did you watch the show? Okay, more on that. Jesus Christ. Okay. When that energy, first of all, this is in two different things. So hold on. Read this back. Matter of fact, no, let me pull up my own little scan. I got like a little scan chart for this shit. Hold up. Hold on. Let's get to it, chat. I got y'all. Oh. All right. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. All right. Okay. So what's going on, right, is as the earth blows up, there will be an outward spread of energy coming from the AoE that this attack threw off, which means the remainder energy will be what causes the destruction of the entire universe, right? So when you pay attention, it's made note of that when Earth explodes, all that energy will be spread out and it will corrupt the entirety of the universe, okay? Here's the thing. After the Earth's destruction, there is no mention of the worlds or the entire galaxies being decayed and then they die off one by one. That's never stated. No, they get infected one by one, but they all die off at the same time. Like, I didn't think we had to explain this, but they all die off at the same time. And that's why Kibito is sitting there shitting in his fucking pants. Like, yo, can we leave now? Because I don't think we need to be here. Like, no, the feat is telling us that once the remainder goes off from the earth exploding, it will then pass to the entire universe, then affecting it all at once, decaying it, and then destroying it. Like, what the fuck did we watch the show? You know, bro, honestly, I'm good. Is there anything else we gotta listen to, chat? Or are we straight? Like, dude, honestly, he talks so slow. I'm gonna put it at 2 times speed because I don't really want to listen to this shit. Oh look, let's go to 1.5. Go back. That's not far greater. Okay, so that's all he said. Oh, he talks about Sugoroku space. Funny enough. Okay, let's see. Pause. Okay. Jesus fuck. The game is housed in a dimension that's like, okay. The entirety of Sugoroku space, right, is a dimension, a subspace that also houses a game within it. Okay. That game space is being destroyed, not the dimension itself. If that were the case, then Goku can't wander in between dimensions for the remainder of his life or forever. He can't do that. Like, if the dimension is destroyed, he can't do that. Like, if the dimension is destroyed, he won't be in between dimensions anymore. He'll get pushed to another random area of space. What the? This is why when he blows out of Sugoroku space, he goes to another area in the macrocosm. Yo, okay, all right. Let's keep watching. It What? It's beyond the concepts of time and space. It doesn't matter. Why? Wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 and more wrong. Wrong, 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 and more wrong. Okay? No, that's not what that scan is saying. That's not what that scan is saying. That scan does not say that. Hold up. Yeah, I'm trying to like be entertaining and shit, but like, bro, there's no fucking way he's saying this shit. This makes no sense. Oh shit, my fault. Y'all didn't hear a word of what he just said, huh? All right, back to this. Hold up.
First of all,
So he mentioned
another common thing that needs to be addressed is Seguro space being destroyed by Goku. First of all, the game dimension was already crumbling, making it a questionable feat. Second off,
so let's start there. First of all, no. What it is it's a subspace that is in between dimensions and transcends the concepts of space and time. Okay, inside this subspace, right, is the game. Okay, Sugaroku space is the subspace. Inside the game or inside the subspace is the game. The game gets destroyed. The subspace still exists, so Goku can wander in between dimensions for the rest of his life, forever. Okay. If the dimension was being destroyed, then Goku would be transported to another area in the macrocosm, alike to what happened when he blew up Sugaroku space and got transported to another area. Okay, the same thing would happen. However, it doesn't. So we know for a fact that the dimension is perfectly intact. Like, what are we talking about? Jesus fuck. All right, next.
Sugaroku space is of unknown size, and destroying it is unquantifiable. For those trying to compare it to the subspace, that's inaccurate. Seguro space is simply a space located within the subspace. It does not share the same properties of the subspace, which is known to have no concept of space or time, and transcend time itself.
Okay, Jesus, that's not what the scan is saying. That is not what this scan is saying. If you actually read it, that's not what the scan is telling you. The scan is actually saying it's, first of all, subspace is a category of areas, right? That's what it's notating. Okay. Let me get the actual translation for y'all real quick, bro, because this shit is fucking insane. Hold on. Hold on, let me scroll up real fast. Trying to make sure I can find it. Here it is. There exists a subspace that does not belong to any world. In this subspace, concepts like time and space do not exist, and it is located between dimensions cut off from all areas. Confirmed examples include the hyperbolic time chamber in Sugaroku space. So, once again, these are confirmed examples, implying that these two are examples of this. Meaning that these are not things that exist within this, but are examples of this. I proceed to ask even further, as confirmed by ChatGPT, that it is confirmed to be actual subspaces and not just something that exists within them. What are we talking about? This is basic reading. Like, what? Hey, it's fine. I used to think the same thing till I went back and I was like, wait, that makes no fucking sense, because if they're confirmed to be examples, like, that doesn't make sense. They can't be confirmed to be examples to be if it's referring to something that is existing inside of it. That doesn't make any sense. Like, that lot, like, logistically and linguistically, that makes no sense at all. Back to this. Also, the IT zone is not existing in that. It's just another subspace alike to it. What the fuck?
Subspace still exists after
Also, this only exists in GT. This only exists in GT. So when the macrocosm is getting destroyed, this is also being accounted for as well.
Space is destroyed, and they're not the same or equivalent. So don't try to claim it's outer versal like I've seen some people do.
I can.
Also, same or equivalent.
What do you say?
Space still exists after subjective space or time and transcend time itself. Said subspace still exists after Seguro space is destroyed, and they're not the same or equivalent.
No, they don't. No, it doesn't. Please show evidence of the subspace existing after Sugaroku space is gone. Because that's not the case. Because they're not existing in one subspace. They're all different subspaces.
So don't try to claim it's outerversal like I've seen some people do.
I claim.
Also,
and I will.
Of course, this video is not getting into potential higher dimensional otherworld, which just makes Battle of Gods Goku more of a monster if you apply that.
Battle of Gods is literally canon to GT. What the fuck? Like,
It won't change the outcome. As far as speed goes, Cell already can fire a Kamehameha so fast that it can leave Earth's atmosphere after Goku disappears with instant transmission, but before he rematerializes, meaning it moves while no time passes, making it faster than instantaneous. This is because instant transmission literally is instant from the time they disappear to the time they rematerialize. Cell even comments on how he feels his speed can keep up with Goku's instant transmission, further highlighting he has infinite speed. Worth noting is that this happens in both the
I know this nigga is not being serious.
anime and manga versions of the Cell and Goku battle. So upscaling from this, both Gogeta and Kaba, who vastly surpass Cell, have infinite speed.
Cool.
We can also get infinite speed feats for Battle of Gods Goku, whose attack can cross the infinite size macrocosm, and from Baby Vegeta, whose Revenge Death Ball shockwaves can actually reach Kapitokai even during instant teleportation. So both are certifiably infinite in speed. I also wanted to address the idea that the old Dragon Ball Z movies scale to GT. They simply don't.
What the fuck? Yo, are you just allergic to being correct about anything? What the fuck? What the fuck?
There are some characters that appear in GT who look like movie villains, such as Cooler, either never stated or confirmed to be the movie's variation.
Okay, well, this is proven in my debate with Clown. I beat the fuck out of him on this, so I'll help you out even further. Go watch my debate with Clown. In that video, I showcase scans highlighting that all the movies take place in a singular dimension in one timeline. With that being the case, right? The movie villain of Garlic, the movie villain and version of Garlic Jr. appears in the Dragon Ball Z anime, the filler arc Garlic Jr., which is not canon to Super, right? In that arc, he's moving and proceeding on events that came before literally being the Dead Zone. All those events that he performs in that Namek saga filler, right? In that Garlic Jr. filler saga, right? Are precedented and done because of things that happened back all the way in that first movie in Dead Zone. So this is openly proven. Like what the fuck? Like yeah, nigga just got in a Wheelo suit and was like, oh yeah, let me just parade from hell real fast. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, dude? Like, bro, verbatim stated that the movie version of Garlic Jr. appears in the Dragon Ball Z anime. So if one appears, then they all would have to appear because they're all in one cohesive line. Like, what the fuck? Plan to Eradicate the Super Saiyans literally features all of, oh my fucking god. Plan to Eradicate the Super Saiyans is an OVA that features all the movie villains coming back from the dead as Shadow Warriors coming from Dr. Lychee, right? Dr. Lychee is a Tuffle. GT, Vegeta remembers that he encountered a Tuffle in the past. He could not have done that as a kid because they were extinct by that point. And the only time he could have encountered a Tuffle would have to be in Plan to Eradicate the Super Saiyans. Which means it's canon to GT. Which means that the movies are canon to GT. Which means you need to shut the fuck up. All right, with that being said, I'm fucking done with this video. God damn. God fucking damn. Jesus. Fuck. Holy shit. Holy shit. With that being said, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is putting his dick right. I can't say that. I can't say that. I can't say that. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is going to drag his balls across Kaba's face. I can't say that either. I can't say that either. I can't say that either. Kaba's going to lose badly. That's it. That's all. That video is fucking terrible. I tried to be entertaining and fucking be loud and aggressive with y'all, but just to be like normal, I'm gonna just call it like it is, bro. That video is terrible, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Hopefully we can get Jay to debate on stream. That'd be great. Hopefully, I want to hear his arguments live. I tried it. I couldn't. I tried. I was trying to be fucking, bro. I couldn't do it. That video is terrible. Fuck. I had to simmer down. I ain't gonna lie, the act was going on for too long. No fucking way. I just don't really understand it. I'm confused on how you could get so much shit wrong like so fast and so quick. Like I don't understand. I just don't get it. Like, bro didn't say not one thing correct in that video. Like, not one correct thing. Like, what the fuck? That is crazy. I like Six's video on Goku versus Sonic. If I don't have to ever see a Six video again, that would still be too soon. All right, here we go. This is from 2 years. I'm not reacting to 30 minutes of Six, bro. I'm not doing that. He just a dick, bro. I look, okay. I'll call a spade a spade. My biggest issue with Six is that Six has been built up in his head to think that he's more important than he really is. Like, the minute the motherfucker went on Twitter trying to make some lame ass like talking point about me coming to him for help fucking like 3 years ago, who gives a fuck? Who First of all, I started Naruto debating. I knew nothing about the shit. I didn't read the shit. Not just, I don't think he's arrogant. I'm not arrogant. I don't think he's arrogant. I think he's more just a dickhead. I think his head is too gassed up. So yeah, probably arrogant. I think arrogant. I think most definitely arrogant then. Like, cause okay, look, I came to this nigga for help 3 years ago, fucking 2021. Like asking this nigga for video or asking for this nigga to give me advice on like Minato versus fucking Toby Rama. I asked this nigga to give me one topic knowledge, like one piece of topic knowledge, right? Nigga screenshots this and uses this for like some random ass fucking like big ups point. It's fucking weird. You feel me? So this nigga did this shit because I corrected him on a fucking MCU topic. Like, we're on Twitter one day. We're on fucking Twitter talking about fucking No Way Home. Like, bro, we're on Twitter talking about No Way Home, and this nigga's trying to make it seem like fucking Peter is stronger than Strange because Strange lost the fight. Right? So I'm like, okay, that's not the case. Obviously, we know that like Peter was doing this because he could not win. Like he was not strong enough. So he used the mathematics to like strategically use his advantage against Strange. I said this, he conceded to it, and then he got mad after I called him out for it. Like he was literally upset because I said, "Yo, like yeah, you conceded." Like that's all it was. Bro got mad at that and then tried to make some talking point about how he's better than me because I went to help for him, or like I went to help for a long ass time ago. Like I'm trying to explain it simply, but yeah, like I just asked for help like 3 years ago. And like at that time, at that current point in time, it was like 6 months, 7 months. And I was like, bro, like this is MCU. I need to help with Naruto. That doesn't mean you're a better debater than me. That doesn't mean you're better than me. That doesn't mean anything. That just means like you know more about Naruto or about a specific franchise. But when we're talking about something we both know, you lose. And that was the case. You lost right there in that conversation. So we had that conversation about MCU. You lost, and then you got mad. Like, so then I started talking my shit. I started being ignorant. I started talking about Swag Kage and saying like, oh, you pretty much got on from sucking Swag Kage dick and from helping him cheat in the debate. Like, no disrespect, but I just pretty much called it like that. I just said like that's how you got your comeuppance. Before you got that Swag Kage cosign, you was nothing more than a fucking bootlicker, and that's all I said. And he took that to heart, which obviously anybody else would too. But that was it. Like, and from that point, I just ain't fuck with bro. I just think he's kind of like a waste. I don't know. Like, you know, he's cool, but like I really just think like niggas just watch him when they want to watch Swag Kage. Like I did think niggas just watch him when Swag Kage will be posting, and they're like, oh shit, well, somebody else in Swag's camp is posting, so let's go watch him. That's how I feel. But yeah, that low-key sound like some hater shit. I'm done talking about it. But yeah, bro, he's just an egotistical dick. I ain't gonna lie. So I treat him like such. But yeah, it has been a blast entertaining you folks. I'm gonna go make my breakfast now because your boy is hungry. I'm gonna see y'all later though. Good live.